Dick Van Dyke recalls the day porpoises saved his life. They pushed me all the way to shore. Even after nearly a century of life, Dick Van Dyke continues to surprise and inspire with his remarkable stories, talents, and zest for life. One of his most extraordinary tales dates back to a day on the ocean that could have ended in tragedy, if not for the unexpected help of a pod of porpoises. In a 2010 interview with Craig Ferguson on The Late Late Show, Van Dyke recounted a surreal, near-death experience while surfing off the coast of Virginia Beach. The Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Mary Poppins star was out enjoying the waves on his 10-foot-long surfboard when he made the unfortunate mistake of dozing off under the sun. By the time he awoke, he realized he had drifted far out to sea, so far in fact that land was nowhere in sight. "I woke up out of sight of land," Van Dyke explained. "I look around and I started paddling with the swells and I started seeing fins swimming around me and I thought, I'm dead." In that terrifying moment he assumed the worst, that he was being circled by sharks. But what happened next would not only save his life but also give him a story worthy of a Hollywood script. "They turned out to be porpoises," Van Dyke said. "They pushed me all the way to shore. I'm not kidding, all the way to shore." It was a moment that stuck with him for life and one that he shared again in 2023 on the Really? No Really? Podcast. Van Dyke, known for his trademark humor and humility, has always expressed gratitude for the mysterious and gentle creatures who may have saved his life that day. Though he no longer surfs, having given up the sport years ago, Van Dyke, now 99 years old, remains as active as ever. The Bye Bye Birdie and the Dick Van Dyke Show star is still charming fans, attending events, and, surprisingly to many, working behind the scenes in the world of animation. In June, Van Dyke was noticeably absent from one of his regular public appearances at a Vandy Camp event in Malibu due to illness. His wife, Arlene Silver, addressed the crowd with a heartfelt message. "When you're 99.5 years old, you have good days and bad days, and unfortunately today is not a good day for him and he's sick that he can't be here." Silver, 53, also took the opportunity to reveal a lesser-known fact about her husband. When a fan commented that not many people knew about Van Dyke's background in computer animation, Silver proudly replied, "Still is, and he has a credit for computer animation on Diagnosis Murder," referring to the long-running TV series in which Van Dyke starred as a crime-solving doctor from 1993 to 2001. The couple's relationship is just as charming as Van Dyke's many screen roles. The two first met in 2006 at the Screen Actors Guild Awards, where Silver was working as a makeup artist. Despite their nearly 46-year age gap, they formed a deep connection that led to marriage in 2012. Over the years, Silver has become not only Van Dyke's partner but also his greatest cheerleader, often helping him maintain his busy schedule and encouraging him to keep doing what he loves. At a Vandy Camp event in April, Van Dyke told people exclusively that retirement isn't on his radar anytime soon. "I love what I do for a living," he said with a smile. Silver, ever the realist, jokingly added, "But the minute he says that, the phone rings and he's like, I don't want to go there. If they come to our house, he will work all the time." Indeed, Van Dyke seems to be a man who lives for the joy of performance, creation, and connection. From singing and dancing in classics like Mary Poppins to lending his creative vision to animation and mentoring young performers, his career spans over 7 decades, and he's still going. It's hard not to admire someone who has not only lived through nearly a century of history but done so with humor, grace, and a relentless drive to keep creating. And perhaps that miraculous day with the porpoises wasn't just a fluke. Maybe the world simply isn't ready to let go of Dick Van Dyke just yet. As he approaches his 100th birthday, fans continue to be inspired by his longevity, his vibrant spirit, and the incredible stories that seem to follow him wherever he goes, whether on stage, on screen,